Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders are facing a challenge that could define their season, a problem that came out of nowhere but now demands immediate attention. Austin Ekeler, the powerhouse running back who has carried so much of the offensive load, recently suffered a devastating torn Achilles that will sideline him for the remainder of the season. For a team that has counted on a dynamic running game to control the pace, open up play action, and keep defenses guessing, Ekeler's absence is nothing short of a seismic shock. With the NFL season moving fast and playoff hopes on the line, Washington cannot afford to sit idly by and hope that the remaining roster can carry the load. This is where the rumors and strategic discussions start to heat up, and one name that has surfaced is Jerome Ford from the Cleveland Browns, a player whose situation in Ohio makes him a tantalizing option for a team in desperate need of a running back. Pro Football Network writer Tim Crean recently highlighted the Commanders as a potential destination for Ford, and it's easy to see why. The Browns' backfield is crowded, almost bursting at the seams with talent and draft capital, leaving players like Ford in precarious positions. The team's fourth-round pick, Dylan Sampson, carried the load in Week 1 with 12 carries and 8 catches, while undrafted rookie Raheem Sanders snagged the team's only rushing touchdown. On top of that, second-round pick Quinshon Judkins is poised to make his presence felt, creating a scenario where Ford could easily become surplus to requirements. He is not a bell cow back capable of absorbing every carry, but he possesses the skills to excel as a secondary option, someone who can rotate in and out, keep defenses honest, and provide a spark when called upon. For Washington, the need is glaring. The Commanders' current running back room is thin, led by rookie seventh-round pick Ja'Cory Cross-Garrett, who is still finding his footing in the NFL. Accompanying him are Jeremy McNichols and Chris Rodriguez Jr., both capable but limited in the scope of what they can carry on a weekly basis. The injury to Ekeler exposes the depth issue in stark terms. Without reinforcements, the team risks becoming one-dimensional, leaning heavily on their passing game, while defenses key in on stopping the quarterback and wide receivers. Adding Ford, who has NFL experience and a proven ability to contribute, even if not in a bell cow role, would instantly bolster the backfield and give the Commanders more flexibility in both play calling and game management. Ford's situation in Cleveland makes a trade plausible. The Browns, with a crowded backfield including 2 high-draft rookies, face a dilemma in terms of snap allocation. Ford has already shown flashes of talent. In 2023, he rushed for over 800 yards, demonstrating his capability as a reliable contributor when given opportunities. However, through the first 2 games of this season, he has only 12 carries for 39 yards, signaling that his role has diminished significantly. With his contract set to expire at season's end, it is logical for Cleveland to consider a trade that could at least return some value rather than letting him walk in free agency. For a contender like the Commanders, acquiring a player like Ford represents a low-risk, high-reward move, one that could pay dividends as the team pushes toward the NFC playoff picture. The strategic fit is clear. While Ford may not immediately step in as the starter, he has the versatility and skill set to assume first-team responsibilities if circumstances demand it. He can rotate with the existing backs, spell them on early downs, take goal line touches, and be a change-of-pace back capable of forcing defenses to adjust. His presence would relieve pressure on a young and inexperienced backfield, allowing players like Cross-Garrett to develop without being thrown entirely into the fire. This kind of depth can often be the difference between a playoff team that fades and one that makes a deep run. In today's NFL, where injuries are inevitable and depth is king, acquiring a player like Ford is not just a tactical decision. It's almost a necessity for a team with high aspirations and limited current options. There is also a narrative aspect that cannot be ignored. The Commanders, a team with a storied history but recent inconsistency, have struggled to establish a dominant rushing attack. Ekeler's injury, though devastating, opens the door for a bold move that could change the team's trajectory. Fans and analysts alike are watching closely to see how management responds, because the decisions made in the coming days could reverberate throughout the season. Bringing in Ford would not only provide immediate help, but could also signal a willingness by the organization to be proactive, aggressive, and opportunistic in building a contender. This is the type of move that sparks conversation, drives fan excitement, and energizes a locker room that now faces the challenge of replacing a key piece of its offensive puzzle. Ford himself could view a move to Washington as an opportunity to reignite his career, take on a more prominent role, and showcase his skills on a team that has a clearer path to meaningful playing time. While he may not carry the load every week, the chance to be part of a team with playoff aspirations and the potential to contribute in critical moments could be enticing. For the Commanders, it's a matter of balancing the immediate need for a reliable back with the long-term goal of keeping the team competitive and dynamic. In essence, this potential trade represents a win-win scenario. Cleveland offloads a player who may see limited snaps, while Washington gains a proven NFL contributor capable of stepping in right away. All things considered, this potential acquisition reflects the ever-changing landscape of the NFL, where injuries, roster construction, and opportunity intersect to create high-stakes decisions. For the Commanders, the next few weeks are crucial, as they must navigate the complexities of the season without Ekeler while exploring options to strengthen the roster. Jerome Ford's name has emerged at the perfect time, offering a solution that makes both football sense and business sense. His ability to complement the existing backfield, provide versatility, and maintain the team's offensive balance cannot be underestimated. The coming days will tell whether this trade materializes, but one thing is certain. Washington's backfield will look very different soon, and fans will be watching every development with intense interest. If Ford lands in Washington, he could be the missing piece that allows the Commanders to maintain momentum, stay competitive in a grueling NFC, and keep playoff hopes alive. The NFL never waits, and neither can the Commanders, who must act decisively to fill a void that has suddenly become all too apparent. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Breaking news has just shaken the very foundations of the NFL, and fans everywhere are still struggling to process what just happened. In an unprecedented and utterly shocking move, the National Football League officially confirmed that it has canceled the game that took place between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders, a decision that has sent shockwaves throughout the football world. This revelation has not only sparked intense debate among analysts and commentators, but has also left fans, players, and team officials alike scrambling to understand the reasoning behind such a bold and controversial action. The fact that a game which had already been played is now being invalidated is almost unheard of in the history of professional sports, and the ripple effects of this decision are already beginning to unfold in real time, both on social media and in the press room. Sources close to the league have hinted at internal investigations and possible rule violations, but the exact details remain shrouded in secrecy, fueling speculation and turning this story into the kind of rumor that dominates sports talk for weeks. Eyewitnesses to the game described what appeared to be an ordinary matchup at first glance, with fans cheering, players performing at their usual intensity, and commentators calling the plays as if nothing unusual were occurring. The Packers and Commanders faced off in what was initially billed as a highly anticipated clash, with Green Bay looking to assert dominance in their division and Washington attempting to shake off an inconsistent season. Yet behind the scenes, sources claim, tensions had been brewing for some time, and the league may have discovered irregularities only after the final whistle blew. The idea that a professional sports league of the NFL's magnitude could retroactively cancel a completed game might sound like something out of a movie script, but according to insiders, this is precisely what has occurred, and the fallout is expected to be immense. Fans took to Twitter immediately after the announcement, with hashtags trending worldwide, ranging from disbelief to outrage. "I can't believe this is real," wrote one fan. "Did we just watch a game that doesn't exist?" echoed another, encapsulating the sense of confusion and disbelief sweeping across the football community. Among the various theories circulating, one of the most persistent revolves around alleged violations of league protocols, though the specifics remain murky. Rumors suggest that officiating irregularities may have played a role, or perhaps the game was compromised in a manner that called its legitimacy into question. Some analysts are pointing fingers at controversial calls during the game that appeared to favor one team over the other, suggesting that these decisions might have triggered a league review. Others speculate about potential breaches of integrity by players or coaching staff, though nothing has been officially confirmed. The NFL's statement was brief but pointed. After a thorough review, the National Football League has determined that the game between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders cannot be counted in official records. The league is committed to maintaining the integrity of the sport and will take all necessary steps to ensure that such incidents do not occur in the future. The ambiguity of this message has only added fuel to the fire, leaving fans and commentators to parse every word, hoping to uncover a hidden explanation. The decision to cancel the game has left the teams themselves in uncharted territory. Sources close to both locker rooms report a mixture of frustration, disbelief, and outright anger among players and coaches. Packers head coach and veteran quarterback have both reportedly requested private meetings with league officials to demand clarification, while Commanders players are said to be equally eager to understand how a game they battled fiercely and could be erased from the records. Social media has erupted with fan theories and heated debates, and the narrative is being shaped not only by official statements, but also by the countless whispers and insider tips circulating among journalists and analysts. Even commentators who have covered the NFL for decades admit that a situation like this is virtually unprecedented, highlighting the uniqueness and gravity of the moment. The cancellation has already prompted a flurry of discussions about potential repercussions for team standings, playoff positioning, and individual player statistics, leaving fans to wonder if this single decision could alter the course of the season. Speculation surrounding the reason for the cancellation has been relentless. Some insiders suggest the league may have uncovered technological issues, such as tampering with game equipment or digital tools used to monitor player performance, while others hint at potential violations of league rules regarding roster management or player eligibility. Each theory seems more dramatic than the last, feeding into a whirlwind of speculation that shows no signs of slowing down. Sports podcasts, YouTube channels, and Twitter feeds are all ablaze with hot takes, and even casual fans have been drawn into the frenzy, desperate for any snippet of information that might explain this extraordinary move. Analysts have compared it to other historical controversies in professional sports, but almost none have involved the outright nullification of a completed game, which underscores just how exceptional and unprecedented this moment is. What makes this story even more captivating is the sheer number of questions it raises. How will this affect team morale going forward? What will happen to player statistics for the game in question? Will league officials impose fines or sanctions? How will fans who attended the game be compensated, if at all? Each unanswered question adds another layer to the growing storm of speculation, ensuring that this topic will dominate sports media conversations for weeks to come. Fans have been particularly vocal about the perceived injustice of nullifying a game after it was played, arguing that the player's effort, the coaching strategies, and the in-game drama should not simply vanish. The league, however, appears resolute in its stance that the integrity of the sport must come first, even if it means making a decision that few could have anticipated. Adding to the intrigue, some unnamed sources claim that discussions behind closed doors have been heated, with team executives, league officials, and player representatives debating the best course of action. Rumors suggest that the Packers, historically a team with a deep fan base and powerful influence within the league, may have pushed back against the cancellation, while the Commanders' management might have been more cooperative, or at least resigned, to the league's ruling. Speculation about negotiations, potential appeals, and long-term consequences is rampant, giving the story all the trappings of a high-stakes political drama within the NFL. Every new tidbit released, whether confirmed or whispered anonymously to journalists, only seems to deepen the mystery and intensify public interest, creating an atmosphere of suspense akin to that of a blockbuster sports thriller. As this story continues to evolve, one thing is clear. The NFL has created a situation that is both unprecedented and explosive. Fans, players, and analysts are all grappling with the shockwaves of this cancellation and the ongoing. Speculation shows no signs of abating. From social media uproar to locker room tension, from betting markets in turmoil to endless debate on sports networks, the cancellation of the Packers versus Commanders game has become an event unlike anything seen in modern football history. The league's decision challenges conventional wisdom, disrupts the expected narrative of the season and ignites passionate discussions about fairness, integrity, and the limits of league authority. Whatever the ultimate explanation may be, one thing is certain. The NFL world has been turned upside down, and fans everywhere are on edge, waiting for the next chapter in this unfolding saga. In conclusion, while the full story behind this dramatic cancellation is still coming to light, the implications are undeniable. The Packers vs. Commanders game, once a routine fixture on the NFL calendar, has now become a symbol of controversy, rumor, and debate that will dominate conversations for weeks, if not months. Whether it is the result of rule violations, officiating mistakes, or something else entirely, the league's bold move has created a narrative that feels almost too surreal to believe. As speculation continues, and as fans, analysts, and insiders sift through every available clue, one thing remains certain. The NFL has entered uncharted territory, and the world of professional football will never look at a single game in quite the same way again. Every play, every call, and every stat from that ill-fated matchup is now subject to scrutiny and rumor, making this a story that will linger in the collective consciousness of sports fans everywhere for years to come. The drama is far from over, and as the league, teams, and fans grapple with this unprecedented situation, one can only imagine the stories, theories, and debates that will continue to unfold in the weeks ahead. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.